On behalf of ISDC, I want to welcome you all to this first roundtable of 2011 and also our first roundtable. We will organize a few more this year on interesting topics, and this topic is agility.
IT versus business. This is the most difficult stuff and leads to a lot of discussions where some say, yeah, but Agile was just meant to solve the software development part. We cannot solve everyone else's problems. But then others say, but well, software development is part of a business. If you solve the software development part, you also have to solve the rest of the business because they are interlinked. In my book, Barend.
Tijd om wat te eten.
Ja.
Even een kleine break. Dus even twee kleine amuse. Het is een alle minuut gemarineerde tonijn. Met eromheen zit wit en zwart zeezoen.
Let's start discussing first architectural, the fundament, and let's start discussing about trust.
My feeling is that when you have a certain architecture, master architecture in place, and if you are able during projects with Scrum to stick to that architecture, that it basically means that you master Scrum quite well.
Well, you need to have boundaries, as you say, but you also need to have a starting point. Like if an environment is completely Microsoft based, then that's a starting point to make sure that your solution fits within the existing architecture. So if I build something completely on a different platform, then all kinds of
methods to solve these things, because I think
India, this Egypt, there's already some functionality in it.
Yeah.
So it takes two to tango. It takes two to tango.
Does the business need new skills working with an agile IT?
Managers that come from a very strict command and control type of environment really have to get used to letting things go.
If you're in such an agile mode or Scrum mode, you really have to devote the time to it. So you almost can't do anything else at the same time.
So let's start about the fixed price, fixed scope.
Fixed price, fixed scope does not give you, let's say, the best value for money. No. So I think there are other ways to get better value for money.
So the food was good, and the discussions were very useful as well. Hearing about implementations in big organizations and convincing the management skills that Jurgen talked about. So thank you for this event.
I think I discovered today that the value of agile development and Scrum and combining it with the things that I'm doing in my value chain improvement proposition, I think it's very strong.
What I learned tonight is that some skepticism that is still within me about the agile methodology. I see that skepticism flickering up around the table as well. So it gives me the impression that I'm as a newbie in the agile world, not the impression that I'm alone in that, and that I can learn from others with already more experience in that world, and that I should leverage that experience to improve myself and my team.
These are actually, I believe, nearly all of non-software developers working with something that software developers 10 years came up with, the word agile and the principles, and now telling the software developers, well, this was actually quite a nice thing that you can. That was a nice idea. Thank you. And now I'm going to try and apply it elsewhere, except besides just the software development. So I like that.